Hello, good morning, and good day wherever you're fucking listening to this bullshit. Today is August 9th of the 2021 variety. We back with you, episode 3. We got college football and some Olympics to talk about.
Here we go. Olympics finally over. Closing ceremony was last night. Of course, no shock here. Most golds, most medals overall, all U.S.
The best in the world.
USA! Truly, yeah. Yep, they went the headphones.
Excited.
Yeah. Best in the world. I mean, no surprise there. Name the sport.
It was getting a little dicey there. I was a little worried. I'm like, man, China still has 5 on us, still has 4 on us. Next thing you know, we got 1 on them, baby.
Oh yeah. Once we got the basketball, and I think once all the track and field ended up finishing up, that was clean sweep by us. Favorite stories. I loved the 2 high jumpers. It was Qatar, Italy.
Yes.
They're going back and forth the whole way. Then they finally reach way past the world record height, and neither of them could jump it. So then I think the options were a jump off.
Yeah, it was full blown a tie, and they had to think of something to do to settle this tie.
Yeah, so they had a jump off, or they just both concede and both get gold. And they did that, and that was my favorite part. Just watching them freak out, celebrate.
Turns out they trained together a couple times. They were cool with each other. They're already kind of friends going into it. So there was fuck yeah, no
hell
brainer.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Honestly, though, for whatever reason, I didn't think they'd have backup golds. I'm like, where are they gonna get a second gold medal from?
True. Yeah.
And I was well, they probably do have
smart.
backups.
Yeah, you kind of can't really the whole premise of this thing is to get a gold, bronze, or silver medal.
Right.
I guess you better have extras of those.
But that was one of my favorites. See, you have any?
Oh, let's see. The Simone Biles story is very interesting. Everyone knows about that. I never knew there's a thing called the twisties, and they could throw off your body's orientation, and when you're in the air and everything, you don't know where the hell you are, and it's that's kind of scary, thinking about that.
Yeah.
I don't even like heights myself, so.
Right. And then you're just up there, no control, no.
You're spinning, twisting.
Right.
And then you're you forget where you are halfway through.
Yeah. No good. One girl actually came out when Simone said that. She, I guess she broke her back. Or shredded her back or something doing that because of twisties.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw an article of one girl. She had a broken foot or something.
Okay.
And they were trying to paint her picture as in, the U.S. Olympic team made her still compete for gold and stuff. And she's and she set the record clear. She's like, no, they did not force me to. I forced them to let me do it.
There you go.
I trained my whole life for that. I wasn't going to let a broken foot stop me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was during the height of the whole Simone Biles because everyone's like, what's going on? No one knew what was going on. So people were pointing fingers here and there. Obviously, everyone's like, oh, well, there's just shady U.S., Olympic team forcing her to do shit. Yeah. Oh, well, people jump to conclusions.
Right.
Whatever.
I gotta give a shout out to ESPN. So during the middle of all that, when everyone was saying oh, you still have to perform, you still have to do this, why are you leaving? And, just going back and forth. And Sports Center tweeted out this time 30 years ago when Kurt Angle won his gold medal in wrestling.
Oh,
he had a broken neck when he did it. So ESPN tweeted out his famous quote this time I think it was 20-something, 30-something years ago, Kurt Angle won gold in wrestling with a broken frickin' neck, because that's his quote from it. And everyone's they're like, are you taking a shot at Simone here? What's this about? And then it's just awful time.
It was really bad time.
Yeah.
That shit was still crazy. Oh my God.
Kurt Angle. Dude's a legend.
He is. True hero.
Was it only athlete in the world to win a gold medal, a UFC belt, and a WWE belt?
Yes, he was in WWE. That's right. Forgot about that. That's awesome.
Truly one of the best.
Fuck yeah. The goat man.
Speaking of goats, women's USA basketball won their 7th straight gold medal, I believe.
Perfect. national soccer team fell short.
Yeah, I think they walked away with bronze.
Yeah, we got bronze though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. I hope.
After all the noise the men's team made losing those games, they came back and won gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty handsomely. Too.
Yeah.
And healthily. Luckily, we have one bad motherfucker named Kevin Durant who can kind of shoot the basketball a little bit. So
yeah, that was all him. And do you see the tirade him and Draymond went on Twitter calling everyone?
They were, I believe, Shan Sharp. He might have just been saying it as just like kind of joking around, but I believe he said. He's like, Durant was just a little tipsy, he was calm down. I'm like, who knows? They probably could have been a little tipsy. I hope
they were playing in Vegas.
Yeah,
they were living in Vegas for 2 weeks. Are you kidding me?
I hope they're fucking tipsy.
Yeah.
They just won gold, too. Like, I'd be a little tipsy calling everyone out, too. Yeah. Fuck it.
But, yeah, no, well, that's what they were saying way back when, they were losing those exhibition games. I'm like, they lived in Vegas for 2 weeks. Like, they were probably out fucking partying all night the night before the Nigeria game and all that.
Just all those guys just started their off season.
Right,
too.
yeah.
Like, I'm going to take a break for a week.
You're going to put them in Vegas for 2 weeks and, yeah.
Yeah.
So they were just hungover that whole exhibition tournament.
Yeah, probably.
Who else? I think Kendrick Perkins got it the worst on Twitter. He was going in.
He didn't think we were going to win and shit. Yeah.
Talking about the overseas takeover. But, so him and Draymond went.
Yeah, Perkins. I like Perkins, but you need to calm down on that. Like,
right.
We still have so much fucking NBA talent. We are basketball. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them. What do you think is going to happen if they ever put football in the Olympics?
Same exact thing. But the thing is, though, maybe England would give us a run for our money.
Yeah.
Because, like, they might shockingly put together an actual American football program, not football program together for national a lot quicker than we think because of their rugby playing.
Oh, yeah.
And those motherfuckers are doing all the same shit we do with 0 pads in the fucking mud every time. So, like, those and a lot of rugby. There's been a handful of rugby players converting into the NFL the last couple years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Is rugby I don't think rugby's in the Olympics. Summer
better
Olympics.
not be. That shit's fucking stupid. They lock shoulders, throw a football up, and then they just run at each other. And then there's one dude per team who's allowed to go after the football.
But and then they start throwing.
That's how
dudes.
they started. Yeah.
Yeah, they throw dudes up in the air. Like I remember.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd be in Kent walking to class, and I'd see the rugby team running in the big field by middle of campus, doing these fucking cheerleader things where they all kind of build a pyramid and start throwing a dude up in the air. And
teamwork? I don't know.
I don't know where that comes into play.
I don't know either, bro.
Right.
I've never seen them stack atop each other in rugby. I haven't watched that much rugby, but I've seen a little bit when I catch on ESPN once in a while.
Yeah, they throw a dude in the air and he has to catch the ball or something.
I believe they still kick field goals. But they're pointing. I don't know. I forget. I don't know how they score it.
You know what'd be interesting if they were to ever put football, but they switch up the rule. What if they put a football in the Olympics and it was
college rules?
Canadian? Or no, I'm thinking Canadian. When you can have dudes running towards the line of scrimmage pre-snap. They're the wide receivers
in the bounce rule.
Yeah. It's third down instead of fourth down. You only get 3 downs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what if, or arena football or something.
And the field's 10 yards shorter too, or something like
that. Yeah. The goalposts are 5 yards, I believe, behind. So our fields, the goalposts are
10.
out. Yeah. I think it's 5 yards because it's in the middle of the end zone.
Okay.
And I saw a dude punting, and they were on the right hash, so he wasn't underneath it, but they were way back in their own territory, and he's punting out of his end zone, and he's standing right next to the goalpost because they were on that far right hash. And I'm like, if you have the ball in the middle of the field and you're that far back, did your dude just have to because you can't could he kick it into the goalpost?
True.
Be right behind it.
Crossbar challenge it, doink it off, and then recover it. Dude, that'd be badass. Hold up. We need to talk to NFL about this.
Yeah.
That saves the kicker.
Yeah.
Crossbar challenges in NFL, dude. From now on, if it hits the post, it's a live ball.
Yeah. I forget who the kicker was. It was maybe Vinatieri or something a few years ago, saying that they should put it to where on a kickoff, if you kick the ball through the goalpost on the kickoff, you get like 1 or 2 points. Because like that's pretty
true. Yeah, that would bring a new archetype of kicker too. Like you always want a kicker of a big leg, but like
now you got to be accurate enough to keep it.
Like if they get a running star and get a good boot like that,
right?
Yeah.
And then you look at the injury part of it; it covers the NFL's ass a little bit because there'd be a lot less kick returns.
Yeah,
because
they're
booting it
aiming
out
to get it out the end zone.
Right,
yeah, it's an excuse to avoid kick returns.
And then obviously
without taking it away.
Right, and then obviously if it's short, they could still return it like a normal one, but.
And there's still a place for accurate short kickers.
Yeah. Because
half your field goals you're going to be taking are going to be less than 40 yards anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're crazy.
Right.
Unless you have some goat man kicker.
Like Seabass or Vinatieri, actually.
True.
He could probably do it.
Some of these guys are getting crafty with onside kicks, too.
Oh, I love
it. They need to find a way to give kickers more impact, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's either at the point where you got to make them more impactful or you got to take them out of the game.
Right. Well, like, and just how the art of kicking is to, like, they has the most opportunity to make, like, cool shit happen on a football field.
There's the only 2 positions where there's a lot of, like, finesse in the game of football is, like, quarterback and kicking.
Yeah.
Because you gotta like bend the ball and stuff. I mean, there's finesse when it comes to the handwork and stuff when it comes to DNs and all that, and in other areas of football. But like, whenever I think finesse, I think of like baseball pitches, like soccer shots, like when you get something to curve, bend around a corner perfectly and stuff like that. That's just how I always think of finesse.
Right. Yeah, and that would
just. Complete touch.
Anytime there's like a successful onside kick or crazy onside kick, it's everywhere because it's like something we've never seen before, basically. Because they find new shit like that.
Who's practicing? Onside kicks, right?
The kicker for the Hawks.
Yes.
Young Hae Koo, or something. I think it was something like that.
Yeah. It's like Young Ho.
Young
Ho, yeah. Never trusted Young Ho.
But I remember the one week he had 3 successful onside kicks in one game, and like each one was completely different and looked cooler. The one was
called back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but like he kicked one earlier. It worked. They got it. Then they went for it again. Mm-hmm. First one there was a penalty, but it was good. Like the ball was fine. It was like a false start or something like that. It wasn't his penalty, but it was just how he wanted to do it. And then they did it again and got it again.
That's right, yeah.
So he basically did the same kick 3 times in a row.
Right.
And like, it was fucking badass.
No, I'm definitely down for that. I am down for more kicker impact.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
for sure. It's sweet, yeah.
Because they make cool shit happen.
They do. Stuff that no one else on the field can make happen.
No.
And it's so unique and like, it might help make the sport even better.
Yeah. Promote the kickers.
Yep. Let's go kickers. Kickers and hogs. I'm always pro hog on this.
Let's stop the everybody hates the kicker movement and move to everyone loves the kicker.
Yeah. Kickers are cool dudes.
Yeah.
I was always like best friends practically with my kickers in high school. Had a foreign exchange student from Germany. Fucking cool ass dude. Got me in the League of Legends. Ugh. That was a good 6-year bender there.
Yeah.
Good chapter, but that was my boy. Shout out to Yannick.
Yeah. Let's do it. Love the kicker. Remember the Browns Hard Knocks? Todd Haley. I think it was like a preseason game. The kid makes a kick. He's like, "Great job, you fucking kicker."
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
Love the kickers. That's our message of the day, right there.
And with that, we kick into our next segment right here.
Boom.
Right through the uprights. College football previews.
All right, let's start conference by conference.
The season is right around the corner. It's
first
football time.
One, Big Ten. Love it. It's Big Ten football is great.
Oh yeah.
You see, the powerhouses like OSU, Michigan at times. all that. You get the best of the best, but then you also get your Iowa-Wisconsin games where it's 7-3 or 10-6, and it's just a great game to watch.
Mm-hmm. You just gotta keep an eye on that defense, you know?
That's all Big Ten is, man.
Yep.
Get Gus Johnson on the call, too. It's a great time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get a bit of trench warfare in the Big Ten, too. Running game.
That's all it, yeah.
Running game goes far.
Dude, I mean, Iowa and Wisconsin are just lineman machines.
Mm-hmm.
They're factories. Joe Thomas, Ramczyk.
Gotta love the Hog.
Yeah. They have like a machine of hogs. Just
Hog factory, baby.
Yeah, every year. Ohio State, look, I don't think there's any team in that conference that's even there yet. New first-year quarterback, but, I mean, if you over the past 6 years, anytime a good quarterback leaves, he gets followed by someone better and someone better and some are better. So losing Justin Fields was rough.
They always have that running game.
Oh, yeah.
For him to get into speed behind.
Right. C.J. Stroud, first-year quarterback, making $1 billion probably already in NIL. He's going to have...
Must be nice now.
Yeah, he's going to have probably the best... I'm going to say best wide receiver room in the country. Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're bringing back Jeremy Ruckert, massive tight end.
Big old white boy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Nothing. I don't think anyone in the Big Ten's coming close to that. They'll always have their one game a year, their trap game. Last year was Indiana, and I think Indiana can do it again. I think they're going to be very competitive this year. Last year they were off to a great start. Quarterback, I think he tore his ACL. I got 6 games in, right?
Yeah.
Even without
hate the ACL injuries.
I think he did play against OSU. Yeah, they gave OSU a lot of trouble last year. I think they're going to be just as good, if not better. I still think Wisconsin's taking the other half of the Big Ten. I think we're going to see another Ohio State, Wisconsin.
How's that
Big
defense
Ten
looking
title.
to you from Wisconsin?
It's looking all right. They'll always have an amazing run game, so they're going to always be able to control the game with that. The only issue is with Ohio State, they'll drop 14 on them in the first quarter and then make them pass, and that's how they do it.
Okay.
But I see Wisconsin probably looking like a Rose Bowl, definitely. I think they're going to have a really good year. Michigan, I think they've slowly been declining.
They've been struggling the last couple of seasons for sure.
Even with their annual loss to Ohio State, they'd still have some, I think, 10-2, 11-1 records in that Harbaugh, the peak of Harbaugh.
Yeah, Harbaugh's still in the program, right?
Yeah,
still
he's still running it.
I remember I know a handful of Michigan fans that are out for his head. Like, they want him gone.
Not Cole Crea, though.
No,
he's
not
a supporter.
Not
Shout
him.
out Cole.
Yeah, he's a believer.
He's still there. He says they're a basketball school now anyways, so which is fair. I like Michigan basketball. They made me a lot of money. So
yeah. There you go.
But I think they're on the downswing. I mean, I have been saying this for years though. I think we really are at the end of the Harbaugh era. I'm intrigued to see who they're going to bring in. I think they're going to promote their offensive coordinator. I can't think of his name right now. The guy from Alabama. I think he's going to be the next guy to run the show.
Okay.
I think that's probably their best move going forward.
I can see that.
Yeah.
See if you can get a little bit of that Saban tree. Leading those boys the Saban way.
Find his name real quick.
I mean, Bill Belichick loves Bama players.
Yep.
Because he knows Saban's on their ass.
Hold up. Josh Gaddis. I think he's gonna I think he's gonna be the guy to run the show. I'd like to see Harbaugh just take one last shot at now I can't think of the old coach's name. The guy with the Jaguars. Urban Meyer. Yeah. Yes. I'd love to see Harbaugh take a leave of absence because of back pain or heart pain.
Oh, yeah, and then just go to the NFL,
right. Yeah, one last shot.
All casually.
Yeah. But yeah, Big Ten, I don't think there's a whole lot of dispute in that. Ohio State is a wagon, and they're just going to keep going wrong to the Big Ten. Northwestern, they lost. They had that crazy running attack. Lost a ton of linemen. I can't think of the big tackle that the Chargers drafted.
He's looking solid.
Yeah.
What was his name? I believe he was a right tackle?
He was a left tackle.
Oh, he was left?
Rashawn Slater. Chargers got him at 13 last year.
Yeah, okay.
But, they lost him and a couple other starters in that offensive line, which I think that really, like, they had monsters on there. Like, that running attack. It's going to be hard
to replace those guys.
That running attack was good, but I think this year after losing them, it's going to...
You're only as good as your own line.
Yeah.
You're only as good
Starts
as your
up
own
front.
Line. Mm-hmm.
All right. Going to my next conference, my personal favorite conference to watch. The no defense, all offense, Big 12.
All gas, no brakes,
all
like
gas,
my Jeep.
The easiest overs to hit in the world.
Yep.
The Big 12 conference. It's been in talk. It's been all over the news. Oklahoma and Texas are set to be leaving.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to affect in 2025. That's the earliest it could happen.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't want to see it.
No, Texas has been there. Oklahoma forever.
Well, I think once those two schools go, a lot of schools are going to follow.
True. And it's just going to fall apart.
And it's going to be the Super League. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be basically that's starting to happen again because I think once Oklahoma and Texas are going to go make some money, I think Oregon or like maybe a Washington or USC might try and sneak into it, and then if all those schools are going, Ohio State would be the next one to go, and it's just going to be it's just going to be a super conference, and it's not going to be right. Like
it's going to be like the only conference worth watching football.
Exactly, yeah. It's the Super League,
but then only like two of them,
right,
is going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, we can't have this.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm thinking of like I don't want like an Oregon. Like the SEC, what I think of is just all Southern people with big accents who love football. Like that's the SEC.
Yeah.
Keep it there. Just keep
you're ripping. You're not just like you're ripping the fans and everything from their team. Like,
right.
You need that shit sometimes. Like St. Louis still fucking fuming that they don't have a football team anymore.
Yeah.
Still sad.
Right. And like Texas and Oklahoma, I kind of get it. I just like territory wise, like I'd get those two schools joining just because like I still would consider that the South, maybe more like the Southwest.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want a team from Oregon, or I don't want a team from Columbus being in the SEC because the SEC is South. It is Southern schools, and then I guess. That's
Plus
why
the travel would be insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it'd be kind of no different than what they go through in like the NFL. But
right.
Like, that's that's pros.
Yeah, like the Pac-12 basically every school that plays in it is like on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So like it's just like north to south would be the traveling basically. And like the Big Ten, that's all Midwest, even though like I think it was like Maryland to Illinois. No. I'm trying to think of the most farther west. Probably Wisconsin, maybe. I'm either way off. I'm trying to think of what the most. Yeah, I don't know. I'll drive myself crazy. But actually, it would be Indiana. Yeah. Anyways, no, I don't know. I don't know my maps too well. Big 12. Oklahoma, Heisman favorite, quarterback, Spencer Rattler.
Coming back.
Rough first year, but I mean the dude was the number one quarterback. He's gonna show out this year.
The opposite of a sophomore slump.
Right. Because I think this is this is the year to prove that he's a first round pick. Potentially, he could be a number one overall pick. So I'm having Oklahoma just running the table like they do. Coming out the other side, Iowa State. Matt Campbell's got a hell of a program there. I think they're probably my second favorite out of that conference to win it. I don't think they can hang with an Oklahoma.
What about them Texas boys?
You know what? The Longhorns, they just, I don't know, man. They're frustrating to watch. They could do it. It's just anytime you think they can do it is when they crush you the most.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see that.
2 years ago, Sam Ehlinger, they win their bowl game, does his famous "Texas is back."
True.
Oh no! And then they just blow up the next season. No, I another thing I hate about Texas, probably why I dislike them the most. A Texas player can score a touchdown and do his horns to the crowd.
Yeah.
Do all that. Another team, they score a touchdown that game,
and
they
drop
throw horns
them
down.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a 15.
It's
come on.
Yeah, no, that's
I can't stand that.
And that's just fucking NCAA being fucking stupid.
Right.
Like, you can't allow gang affiliation and disallow gang affiliating dissing. Like what?
No, it's the same thing. Like,
you gotta take it both ways.
Yeah, you can't let one school do it and then another school do it just upside down. Like, we all know what it means.
It's both school spirit.
Yeah.
It's all just fake. It's basically just gang affiliation at the end of the day.
Right.
No matter how you cut it.
It's not, like, just because he's flipping it down
gang.
doesn't mean it's any more taunting than them just throwing it up. Like, it's the same thing. But yeah, then this year they came out and made an emphasis that the horns down will be flagged every time. Like, give me a break.
I'd still do it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd do it at the coach's face.
Mm-hmm.
Or not a coach, but at the ref's face.
Yeah, just give me the 15. Oh, I remember Will Greer, West Virginia, the one year. He had like 7 touchdowns. He did it after every one.
Yep.
And then I think they called like the last 2. And that's just...
Speaking of West Virginia.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was always my dark horse.
I like them.
They got good culture going there in that football team. They're turning that program. That program's been steadily improving.
Yeah. They got a new coach. Was it 2 years ago? And they had the COVID season last year.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they played well. And then, and this year I'd love to see them come out. West Virginia, that is, you go to that state, everyone's either West Virginia, which is a majority of them, or Marshall.
Yeah.
West Virginia, those tailgates, best tailgates in the country. I went to a West Virginia game. Dude, I couldn't believe it. First off, friendliest people you could meet.
Oh, yeah, they're just fucking...
There was 4 of us. We were just kind of walking through. We had no beer, no nothing.
Yeah, they're all there to have a good time.
Yeah. Every spot Cole, our buddy Cole we mentioned earlier, he had a Browns hat on. So a lot of the campers would say, hey, go Browns. We talked to them for a little bit. Here, take a beer. Go to the next booth. Browns, you're from Ohio. Here's a beer. This lady, they had a Bloody Mary bar, beer. They had breakfast sandwiches. She's like, oh, just come on, take whatever you want.
Nice. That's how you fucking tailgate.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a holiday.
Yeah.
Everyone's there for the same reason.
Yeah. Guy was walking through the middle of it, full camo get up. He's like, yeah, I was just in the woods 45 minutes ago, and I forgot there was a game coming, so I just walked out here.
My favorite part of the Mountaineer games is there's always everyone dressed up as Mountaineers and Mountain Men just going out there showing what they got. It's awesome. Having a blast all the time.
Yeah, but I think we went 2 years ago, and they were like 4-6 at the time, having a tough year.
Mm-hmm.
The stadium was packed.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 40 degrees out. Yeah.
They show out.
Yeah.
I need to make it to a Mountaineer game this year.
Yeah. Their tailgates are insane. Probably my favorite. I'd say they're my favorite college football games I've been to. I've been to a couple of Columbus and Kent, and West Virginia does it up, man.
Oh, yeah. Energy's unmatched.
But, Big 12, I do like West Virginia. I'm glad you brought them up. I don't think they're going to be up there quite yet. They'd still have to get they'd have to get past. Yeah. They'd have to get past Oklahoma as their
But they sneaky. Keep an eye on them.
Mm-hmm. Go Mountaineers. All right. The SEC. Soon to be the Super League.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I mean, I'm down for it, though. Not really. I just want someone to beat Alabama. I just want someone to get Alabama out of there.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that what everyone asks for every year, though?
Yeah.
But I guess finally our wish with the Patriots was finally granted.
Right. So sooner or later, Alabama's going to be... It's not going to be this year. They're going to be a great... I have them coming out, winning it all. I have them beating Florida in the championship. Florida, they lost Kyle Trask, Kadarius Toney, had the best passing offense in the country. Just kind of out of nowhere, too. He kind of showed up on the scene. I think he went to JUCO, was putting all of his highlights on Twitter, and that's how Kyle Trask.
Yes,
and that's how he got to Florida, sat on the bench till his senior year, and then he just throws for almost 60 touchdowns and like 5,500 yards.
Oh, okay.
Kind of out of nowhere. They got Emory Jones, who took some snaps because a lot of their games were blowouts. He got to play a lot last year.
Nice.
He's not the big arm. He's not going to pass it a lot, but he can run. It's going to be a spread option, read option, everything.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot of
RPOs.
more mobile improvisation from the quarterback.
Right. It could be interesting, but I mean, also losing Kadarius Toney to the Giants. He was a hell of a receiver. He's that guy who could just catch the ball like at the line of scrimmage or 5 yards pass and could just make something out of it. Like he was
great run after the catch.
Oh yeah,
player. Yes.
I think he's gonna do great in New York. Like all he did in college is like 5 yard out routes or in routes, would catch it and just make 12 out of it.
Did he have much time in on special teams? Do you know?
I think he did, yeah.
Because usually those guys, they tend to make them kick returners because they're so shifty and creative. They can always sneak an extra couple yards and avoid getting hit big.
Right. I think he did punt returns.
Punt returns, yeah.
Yeah. I think George is going to be really good, too. Again, Kirby Smart, he's kind of gone just kind of off the map. He was all over the place. And, back in Georgia, they had Chubb and... oh, no way. He went to the Patriots.
QB?
Running back.
Running back.
They drafted him in the first round when Chubb went.
Oh,
Sony Michel.
Yes, Michel.
Yeah, they had him and...
the face popped in my head instantly. I'm like, oh, what's the name?
Jake Fromm. They had him running the show. And...
oh, okay.
He was the quarterback then, and he was the quarterback. The reason why Justin Fields transferred, because Justin Fields didn't play at all his first 2 years because he was behind Jake Fromm.
Okay.
And way more talented. But Fromm had been running the show since he was a freshman.
True.
So you
kind of hold on to that.
Right. Like Fields had all the talent in the world, but like it was Fromm's team, and Kirby Smart rolled with that. So Fields goes to Ohio State. Fromm kind of frizzles out his senior year. Took him to the playoff his freshman year, I believe.
Did Fields start the year he went to Ohio State?
Oh, yeah. He started right away and just ran it, took the show.
And Fields was started for Ohio State for 2 years before he got drafted?
Yeah.
So was that the same season Joe Burrow was on the bench in Ohio State and walked away?
No.
Was that the season right before?
Burrow left the year after. No, you're right. It was Fields. No. He left because of.
Because they had I thought they had 3 good prospects at QB, and he just wasn't.
Right.
He was just not where he wanted to be in the depth chart.
He played for the Washington football team drafted him. Dwayne Haskins.
Haskins and Field.
Haskins. Burrow left because he was behind Haskins.
Okay.
And I mean,
That's right.
Everyone clowns Ohio State for it, but Haskins last year. At Ohio State was Burrow's first year at LSU, and he had 55 touchdown passes, 5,000 yards. But then the following year, Joey B has 62 touchdowns passes and 6,000 something yards, and everyone's like, "Oh, Ohio State missed out big time." But we're kind of because they're saying you kept Dwayne Haskins over Burrow. I mean, Haskins had an amazing year.
Yeah,
too.
it was everything worked out as planned.
Right.
How they wanted, pretty much. Haskins can't really complain about that.
Right. Yeah. And then Fields had a great season too, but Joey B's final year at LSU was just insane. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that was the best. I don't know if I would call them the best team ever, but they definitely had the best season ever in college football.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Right.
That season was unbelievable.
The 2000 Miami Hurricanes, I think, had like 18 people drafted from their roster. Maybe not that many, like 15. They had 15 people taken on one roster. Yes. That was like Jeremy Shockey, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. Like, that team was probably the best college football team ever.
Probably.
But they didn't have a season like LSU's, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I still think if those teams went head-to-head, I would give it to Miami because that roster was insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, round up the SEC. It's going to be Alabama going against Georgia or Florida. It's going to be Alabama. I'm not really...
Oh, I mean, you know.
I know. I want to give other teams a shot.
Maybe there's some COVID strikes the right time.
Possibly.
Boom, Georgia sneaks in there.
Yeah.
I mean, they got pretty much everyone still.
Yeah.
They didn't lose too much. But yeah, I mean,
I mean, the good thing for Georgia. Bama. The good thing for Georgia is they don't have Bama in the regular season, so they would only see Bama in the SEC championship.
Lucky for them.
So yeah, which you can still sneak in, a one-loss SEC team.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's gonna be all right for them. They do have Clemson in the first, week 1. Oof. Clemson, Georgia. Yeah.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, I'll
make sure to catch that game.
I'm gonna look his name up here in a second, but the Clemson's new starting quarterback after Lawrence is crazy. Oh, yeah, I remember his last name. DJ Uiagalelei. Uiagalelei?
Let me see. Uiagalelei?
Oh, that'd be it.
Or Galele.
Yeah, I think Galele. 6'5", 250, though. Starting quarterback.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's slightly smaller than Ohio State's tight end.
Yeah.
That's like a couple pounds smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That dude's a tight end. Yeah. He runs.
He can move.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's like
he runs the option.
He's like a Cam Newton caliber built. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Monster.
Whew.
He played in a couple games, when Lawrence had them up big, and he runs a read option, RPOs, that offense. He's massive. Dude.
Sure, he probably has a solid arm, some strength and that. Yep, a little bit of cannon. All right,
You can fire it.
Definitely gonna catch this game then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mark that one.
Week 1, write it
Clemson,
down.
Georgia.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. The Pac-12. I have Oregon, Arizona State.
Think they can get that third title? Oregon.
Yeah, I think they can. They're 3 in a row. I got Oregon, Arizona State. They lost Sewell, but they still have a great offensive line. Dylan Morris. I'm sorry, that's USC. I don't have that quarterback. Oh, they lost Herbert. Yeah. So they go.
Chargers.
Yeah. They have 2 running backs. They're going to run the ball a ton. Still keep their up-tempo style as Oregon always has, as they trademarked. But I think they're going to be good. They play Ohio State week 1 as well. That's going to be a good one.
Good wake-up call.
Right. I don't know if they're ready to compete for a college football playoff yet. Okay. I still think they need a solid QB. The one they had, he played a little bit in the COVID year, and then he played last year, was really inconsistent. If he were to straighten up and really polish his game and get better, I think they would only go as far as he would take them. because I think when you get to that college football playoff, you do need a quarterback that can run the show. Like,
yeah, at the end of the day, when you start running out of games and it's when you go home, you're going to start being a little bit less decisive, and you're just going to say, fuck it, I'm making sure you're not doing this.
Right.
And, yeah, if you're relying on that running game, they will shut down your running game. And they'll force you to just throw a touchdown if you can.
Right, exactly, yeah. And they're going to bring out a whole new defense. You got to be able to call out for that and react to that.
Playoff football is always a different breed, no matter the league.
So I don't think they're quite there yet, ready to be in a top 4. I have them finishing and playing in the Rose Bowl. I think it's going to be Oregon, Wisconsin. I do like what Herm Edwards is doing at Arizona State. I think they're going to be competitive opposite of Oregon there. USC would probably be the best look Oregon's going to get, probably for taking that side of the conference from them.
Okay.
They have Dylan Morris, who's pretty good. Rough offensive line, very rough. So
that's the backbone of the whole team right there.
Yep, they got a lot of questions there. I don't think anyone got drafted. I think they just had a rough year. But yeah, I would say I'm going to go with Oregon. USC might be able to make some noise if they, shore up that offensive line.
Yeah, I feel like USC and the Bengals are kind of had similar off seasons. They're like, oh, we got these cool toys and weapons, but
no offensive line.
Will that engine start?
Yeah. Yeah, USC, I'm putting their ceiling at a New Year's 6 game. If they can, if they can get to one of those, that would be, I would call it a successful season for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably their best case scenario there. Yeah, as long as things don't just completely collapse, they should be doing okay. I have Clemson running the ACC. I didn't get a whole lot into researching it or writing much down on it. They're still going to be.
I mean, that program is taking off.
Right.
There's
no one
getting
in the
so
ACC.
much talent in and out. It's good. They're rolling.
Right. Well, I mean, that I don't want to say like I would say over the past like 7-8 years, when Clemson really started taking off, no one in the SEC has really even done anything like even come close to them. Lamar Jackson, he actually, I'd say he did the best. They had a 1 touchdown game against them, but as far as just like actually competing to win the ACC, I don't think anyone's close to Clemson yet.
I mean, those just the last couple years they've been consistently 3 to 4 players in the draft in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. First rounders too.
Yeah, a lot of first rounders. Got good culture there.
Oh yeah, Dabo Swinney knows what he's doing over there. I was trying to think of anyone. Even North Carolina, they got their senior quarterback coming back, but they did lose 2 running backs in the draft that really exploded in that offense. So I don't know about them anymore.
I mean, hey, that could be because of that line.
Yeah, they could.
So if they keep those Hogs together,
yeah,
sure they can find someone serviceable to run behind a good line.
Right. So my college football playoff, I kind of pretty much gave it away while going by conference, but I'm going to have Alabama versus Ohio State as the 1 and 4. I think Alabama is going to be number 1, Ohio State 4. And then Oklahoma, Clemson. I'm going to have Clemson 2, Oklahoma 3.
Wow. Shocking.
Right. Yeah, right. That's why we need the 12-team playoff. I was against it. The only reason why I don't want to say against it completely. See, we went from 2 and everyone said okay, this is kind of ridiculous. Just 2 teams, that's it. One team has 1 bad week and they're going to be, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So they bring it to 4. And I'm like, okay. And when they brought it to 4, everyone was like, okay, this is perfect. All right, well, now there's been a couple years where the 5 and 6 seeds are like, hey, we were way better than the 4 seed. Why are we not even getting a shot? So, the only reason why I was hesitant to expanding it past 4 was because, no matter what you do, everyone's going to complain saying, we need more. We need more.
True.
And then I just don't want it to turn into March Madness.
Yeah, no.
32 teams.
That won't ever happen. That's just, you can't do that with football.
Yeah.
You just can't. No. It's just too not in the nature of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that.
So whatever they expand it to after 4, because I guess 4 isn't enough, they have to keep it there forever. If it goes to 12 or 8, like, yeah, the 13 or the 9 seed's always going to bitch and moan saying we should have been in it, we're better. Whatever we expand it to, just keep it there for the rest of time. Like, everyone's going to complain that it's not.
I feel like 6 would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
I feel like 6 would get the job done. It's Sweet 6, you know, got a nickname, everything.
How would that work, though? Like, around.
You would do, yeah, I guess it would be a 3rd round.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it'd be easier to just bump it up to 8.
Yeah. Unless you could do buys.
Yeah, do a first, second seed, get the first round bye, and then. Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be the way to do it.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Whatever, like I said, though, whatever they expand it to, everyone's still going to say that's not enough. We just have to keep it at what they, because, like, it's 4 was supposed to be perfect, and now it's, 4 wasn't good enough. So now, like, we're going to bring it to 8 or 12. Just keep it there forever. It's like every year it does not need to be a discussion on whether or not the football playoff is big enough. It just has to be an acceptance that this is the football playoff, and that's all it's going to be.
Yeah. Put the foot down and be like, how it is.
Like March Madness, they kind of went through that. I think it was 32 to start, and then they switched. Then they made it to 64, and then they added the play-in games for like the last 2 16 seeds.
Yeah. So
I'm like, all right, like, let's just. I think it'll be at 64 forever with these play-in games.
March Madness.
Yeah,
is like it's in a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they need to touch that at all.
Yeah,
that shit's crazy.
So with the play-in games, 68 teams are getting selected total.
Yeah,
like that's more than enough.
That's more than enough healthy madness for 1 month.
Right. Like obviously, like the 69th nice and the 70th teams are gonna say, "Oh, this tournament needs to be bigger." No, it needs stay. Yes. So that's my rant on college football right there.
Well, that's fair.
Sports.
I mean, there's a lot you can rant about college sports.
Oh, my gosh.
A lot of bullshit.
That's why I will support every high school kid that goes to the G League or overseas instead of college, because the NCAA is terrible.
All that shit is sport technical school.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That you can't make any money at. That it's,
Yeah. You either go to college, go through all that shit to get a degree, or you can go to a fucking technical school for like a year, become a welder, start making some fucking money, start working. You either go to college, get fucked over a little bit playing that sport, or you go straight to the G League, start making money, start grinding, start working on your craft. Like Dwayne Haskins, his infamous, famous, memeable quote, "I didn't come here to play school."
That was Cardale Jones.
Oh, you're right. It was
Cardale Jones.
My bad. Cardale Jones.
Yeah.
I didn't come here to play school.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the truth. Half of them don't. They don't like. I mean, if I went for football, which I never was good enough to do that, I definitely wouldn't give a shit about the academics of it.
Yeah. And especially if you're going like, and football's different because you have to play for 3 years at football.
Yeah.
If you're playing basketball at a school and like you're a 5-star recruit, like you're like a Cade Cunningham or something, like you're gonna go to the NBA, you just have to go to school for 1 year. Yeah. You're telling me they're actually going to class? Like they're actually Yeah.
Dude, like Pat McAfee barely went to class.
Yeah. And
he was a kicker in college.
I think it was Deion Sanders who. It might have been him. Sorry if I'm wrong, Deion. But his last year at Oregon State, or was it Oklahoma State? It was Oklahoma State. So the bowl games were done by the first week of January.
Okay.
The second semester didn't start till like middle of January, and so it was his senior year, or his last year. Didn't take any classes in the fall because his academic oh my lord.
Eligibility?
Yeah, ineligibility.
Yeah.
Wouldn't start till the second semester anyways. So he
so by the time he'd be suspended,
Yeah.
he'd be in the NFL?
Exactly, yeah.
That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it was just so dumb. They made these kids go to school to fucking...
Oh, yeah, no.
And then not able to make money off. I remember one story. It was a smaller college made the NCAA tournament. And, when they left, they were given a per diem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get $50 a day on food. But it was like $30 a day on food because it was a really small school. They couldn't really afford to send them out. This kid had... he had diabetes, and he was like broke, so all they could really afford was like fast food and shit. And like he couldn't eat some of the things on the menu because like how he was.
He's diabetic.
Yeah. So like, and the only healthy shit there was like more money than he had left for his per diem.
God.
And the coach bought him, it was like a salad or something. Coach buys it for him. The coach gets in fucking trouble because he spent money on he bought him something. He bought an athlete something.
Oh, because of my God.
I know.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah, the NCAA, I think a coach got fined and he had to miss some games for it.
Oh my God, because he bought his diabetic fucking athlete a
salad. Yeah. I mean,
he's being a good coach.
I know, yeah. He's been a good human.
Yeah, what?
They did let the athletes make money off their name and likeness, which is
finally.
A start.
Holy shit! Everyone started realizing how much they're fucking actually making off of them without those athletes ever seeing it.
Well, and
when they already paid them just to go to school, if they didn't get, didn't get the, what's the word? Grants to play sports. Scholarships. Yeah, why can't I think of that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking college. I could bitch about college all
day. Yeah. Reggie Miller. So Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, I feel bad for Reggie Bush now, losing all that shit.
And then now everything he did would be okay.
Yeah,
if
completely fine.
But they won't give him his fucking Heisman back.
Bullshit.
They stripped him of that. Yeah, they won't give him it back still.
Come on, dude. Fucking. Dude, that was bull. Dude, he fucking balled out, dude.
Yeah. Jim Tressel tried to get his wins back.
Mm-hmm.
At Ohio State. I don't know if you remember the whole tattoo controversy.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they tried getting his wins back, and the NCAA didn't let it. They wouldn't allow it. Because I think all the games he won after that season, because I think it happened a few years prior, they just took all those wins off his record because they weren't legitimate or whatever.
Because of a tattoo.
Yeah, because his players got tattoos for free.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
From a local fucking parlor shop. What the fuck? It's such bullshit.
NCAA is terrible. And now they're going to allow a super conference in football to make things even worse.
I mean, hey, at least that'll help maybe a little bit make the playoffs a little more diverse.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because some of the big options are stuck in the same conference. Most of them are, but... So that's the only silver lining I get from it.
No, like I said, it was the same. It's pretty much the same argument as the Super League had in soccer. I'm against it.
All the talent's one place. All the money's gonna go there. That's the market.
Right.
Don't
get me wrong. Do I enjoy watching Ohio State Northwestern on a Saturday at 2:00, where the game is 21-6? No. But I respect it.
Yeah, it happens.
Right, because you never know. If I'm a school like Northwestern, that's my Super Bowl, is playing Ohio State and having a shot at beating them.
And if you put up good tape against top teams like that you're supposed to, are stacked against you, it's supposed to be David versus Goliath. You're not supposed to have a chance. And if you put up good tape and make it fucking competitive, and that's just eye-popping. All scouts is okay.
Well, Rashawn Slater, the left tackle for Northwestern.
Yeah.
He only started getting buzz for the NFL draft after his game against Chase Young.
Locked him up.
And that's what put him on the map, made him a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm. Because it's especially for some linemen, you have to see him go toe-to-toe with most talent possible because everyone in the NFL is going to be 4 times better than him.
Right.
Then especially on the O-line. And they're going to be 4 times more ready to play against him day one than he'll ever be. Similar like receiver too, because cornerbacks get a little bit bigger, but like NFL DNs are a lot bigger and a lot better starting off than most rookie offensive linemen.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so like
tidbits like battles like that, you got to keep close eyes on.
If you're an offensive lineman for these, big schools, but not like really known, like your best shot at getting drafted is having tape against Ohio State, against Alabama.
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, I did this against them. Like,
yeah.
That's what Rashawn Slater did. And
yeah, I was doing this against this guy. I bet that dude's like 2 spots above me on your draft board, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Good point.
But that's gone. Like when the Super League starts, like that's out of it.
And the only chance you get to put up good tape against good teams in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Khalil Mack, he was Buffalo. He played at Buffalo in the MAC, and his like sophomore year, he's in Columbus playing Ohio State. Has like 2 sacks, a strip sack, and a pick 6.
Yeah.
Against Ohio State.
Sounds like Khalil Mack.
Yeah. That's when everyone, because like I remember he did have a pretty, like he was getting talked about a little bit, but then that game against Ohio State happened. They're like, well, this kid's a freak.
And good players know too that this is their opportunity, so they're gonna go even fucking harder. They're gonna make sure to show out.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, those games don't happen. Those stories don't happen if a Super League comes around.
No, none of it.
Yeah.
It's just shitty, mediocre college football across the nation, except for like 1 or 2 divisions.
Exactly, yeah. Like no one's gonna want to watch the Big Ten if Ohio State and like Michigan leave.
Hell no.
Yeah. It's what Wisconsin and Michigan State every year. Like it's
woo.
Yeah, exactly. And that's with every conference. Like if Clemson leaves the ACC, what's there to watch in that conference now? If the Big 12 falls apart, I'll still watch.
Texas and Oklahoma leave Big 12, like that makes West Virginia a hell of a lot better in that division.
Right.
Like, and that'd be weird. As someone like West Virginia is running the division every single year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, like they were never that good.
Right, but now they're like the favorite.
Yeah.
If that happens. So, I mean, basically what's going to happen too is, because I'm pretty sure the conference will owe Texas and Oklahoma money when they leave. Like they have to write them a check when they leave as well.
Okay.
So I think those the Big 12, commissioner, he's never going to every year it's going to come to that time, like in 2025 when it's supposed to happen, he's going to find some way to push it back a year, some kind of loophole, something, so he doesn't have to pay them when they're gone or write that check to him.
True.
So I think it's going to, like I said, I think it's going to eventually get to a point, but they're just going to keep pushing it back, and hopefully it never happens.
Yeah, if this ever happens, it'll be a long, drawn-out battle for sure.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much money on the line, just moving those 2 schools alone.
Right.
Oh, my God. Like,
they're both billion-dollar markets, basically.
Yeah, for themselves.
Right.
Think of the Big 12 sees it.
Right.
That's like 2 pieces of their multi-mega million billion fucking league.
And they're the 2 biggest pieces, too.
That's like, I'm sure they're like, yeah, they need them.
Exactly, yeah.
They need those schools.
But that's all I have for the college football preview. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I think Spencer Rattler's going to get his Heisman, and Oklahoma can get back on track with their Heisman quarterbacks.
Now, for the most part, it should be a full season, right, this year? Yeah. Back? Okay.
All 12 games.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
No restrictions unless a team gets
something
COVID.
happens. Yeah, something crazy. Okay. Nice, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, look out for Kent State, too.
Mm-hmm.
Best offense in the country last year, scoring-wise. And they get
flashers.
They keep their
flashes.
Starting quarterback. Watch out for Kent State.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all we had for today.
Thank you ladies and jets, for listening on this fine day and these fine hour. This has been On the Line Sports Pod. We'll catch y'all in the next time.